At the start of every year, many Filipinos aim to save up and grow their money, whether for emergencies or for leisure expenses like travels. But it has always been a challenge. For his money advice, we're joined now in our studios by no less the pambansang wealth coach, Chinkee Tan. Chinkee, how are you?
I'm doing great.
Happy New Year!
Happy New Year! Kong sifat sai.
It's the year of the wooden dragon.
Yes.
And of course, we're coming off holidays with our kababayan spending their 13-month pay, their bonuses, and now, one of our top stories, basic goods are expected to rise again this month, and jeepney fares could rise. How should our fellow Filipinos start 2024?
Well, I think we should be more wiser and more practical and frugal this 2024. And I always encourage people to use the bawas dagdag method.
What is that bawas dagdag method?
Nothing to do with the election, okay?
Which is, of course, in 2025.
Yeah, bawas means bawas the unnecessary gastos. The unnecessary
Reduce.
Reduce the unnecessary expense. Like, for example, we have to be more wise, like eating out. Eating out probably is a luxury nowadays. If you just spend 2,000 pesos every time when you eat out on a Sunday, you multiply it by 4 weeks. That's around 8,000 a month times 12 months. That's 96,000 pesos in a year. So if you are not earning that much, probably you should cut it into half and you have saved 48,000. And the good news is this, money not spent is money additionally earned.
And when you say dagdag, which means add.
Yes, add. You should add income right now. In 2024, if you only rely on one source of income, I think you will have really a challenging time because you cannot keep on pressuring your company to increase your salary and your income. But the best way for you is to create another source of income. Because if you don't create a source of income, the prices keep on rising and you cannot cut down. The cutting down has a limit, but in terms of increasing your income has no limits.
And when you say savings, no, in terms of reducing or cutting your eating out, where should they put this hard-earned savings? Chinkee?
The goal of savings first is number one, you must secure your protection. When you say protection, your emergency fund. Just in case you lose your job, just in case income slows down, again, you have something that you can depend on. Just like what happened in the March of 2020 when there's a lockdown for 3 months. When you don't have an emergency fund of 3 to 6 months, you'll be already in financial stress and debt. The second thing is once you save money, the goal of saving money is to treat it just like a seedling. The goal of seedling is for you to plant so that it will grow and bear fruit. And likewise, the first thing is how to make a business out of it, a business opportunity. And there's a lot of business opportunity nowadays.
What are the business opportunities for 2024, Chinkee?
Definitely, I coined a word called patok, P-A-T-O-K. First is pagkain, food. Food definitely is still on top of the list because people cannot stop eating. And then T, technology. Because again, people love to do upgrades, phones, cell phones, gadgets. O, online. It should be online. Your business must be online because if your business is not on the online, you'll be out of business soon. And then technology, okay? And aside from technology, K. That's kagandahan,
Beauty.
Yes, beauty and wellness.
Beauty and fashion.
Yes, at the same time, health and wellness, kalusugan. And also kaputian and kaperahan, everything that deals with finances.
All right, you talk about an emergency fund of 3 to 6 months.
Yes.
But what if we want to use that 3 to 6 month emergency fund for any of these businesses? Would you advise that?
Definitely. The emergency fund, you cannot use the emergency fund.
Keep it.
Yes, you said you have to set an additional set of money.
So beyond 6 months of your emergency funds.
Because you cannot pull out your capital out of the business when you need the emergency fund. So we discourage people from investing their emergency fund. This should be set aside.
So they should only set up the business if they have extra cash.
Exactly.
But this 3 to 6 month emergency fund, where should they be putting it? Should they just put it in a savings account, which earns so little in the bank?
Or
should they put it in like time deposit?
No, surprisingly, there's already what we call as e-banks, electronic banks that offers higher interest compared to the regular bank. Regular banks offers only 1% interest per annum. E-banks offers 3.5 to 6% interest per annum. And the reason why they can do that because they don't have any physical space. it's already online. So they can afford to give higher interest.
Higher interest,
Yes.
right? But of course, there are others who have what you call the pyramid schemes.
Yes, definitely.
These marketing schemes who will offer you 2% a month, 24%
Per
a
annum.
year,
Yes.
per annum.
Yes.
Does this really work?
No.
Is this for real? Or is this just something to... It's a crooked system.
Yeah, definitely the person who runs is a crook itself, because the goal is to really have you invested, and after they pay you several months of interest, and after that, they will run away with the money. So without you knowing, the money that they have returned to you as interest is actually your own hard-earned money. So it's very important. Always remember, if it's too good to be true, it's not true. Number 2, the higher the interest, the higher the risk. Number 3, never invest the money that you cannot afford to lose. These are the 3 things that you need to be careful when it comes to investment.
But of course, there's a lot of attraction these days for high interest rate schemes. And also foreign exchange, the stock market, cryptocurrency, commodities. How should they be cautious when approaching these kinds of sophisticated investments?
Yeah, Rico and everyone who's watching right now, it's very important. The first rule is never invest in something that you do not understand, no matter how profitable it may be. Like for example, if you do not know how to drive, if you drive a car, what will happen? You get into an accident. Likewise, if you get into an investment you don't understand, definitely you will lose money. That's the first rule. Number 2, second rule, if you are in doubt, there's a tinge of doubt, you should not get into it. May duda ka, I don't think it would. And then the third thing is, can you really risk that you will lose sleep every night and ask yourself, is my money still going to be there tomorrow? If you're going to lose peace of mind, I don't think it's a good investment.
Okay, you have an emergency fund of 3 to 6 months, and you have this really very attractive investment. Should they borrow money to make that investment?
Never ever borrow money to invest. Because once the money that you borrowed, there's a fixed interest and you pay off the interest. What if the investment lose value by 50%? So you're losing already 50% of the money that you borrowed, but yet you're still paying off the interest. So always invest the money you can afford to lose.
And if I have 100,000 pesos of extra cash, and that is on top of my emergency fund, where should I be putting my smart money in 2024?
2024, definitely for me, start a business. And if there's a rule, I say the rule of 10, only invest 10% of the 100,000 if you want to start a new enterprise. Because 90% of the people who start their own business loses money, and they probably make mistakes. So just in case you lose money on the first attempt, you still have 90%. Second attempt, third attempt, fourth attempt, starts working already, you can reinvest the 60% to recover the 40% that was lost.
And of course, apart from making the investments, you also have an Ipon challenge.
Yeah,
no?
this...
savings challenge. What is this all about?
Yeah, this Ipon box, I want to encourage the Filipinos right now to start saving money by shading off. Like start with 20 pesos, they shade off 20 pesos, from 20 go to 50. And then once they finish this challenge, they will have a 60,000 pesos Ipon challenge. Yes.
And of course, everyone should start small.
Yes, start with 20 pesos. And then you put the coin here and the paper bill here. So back to back, you can use it 2 times.
All right, Chinkee Tan, thank you so much
Sure.
for all your advice in terms of using our money wisely and smartly.
Yes.
The pambansang wealth coach, Chinkee Tan.
Thank you very much,
Thank you so
Rico.
much for
Thank you
joining
very
us in the
much.
final word.
Thank you.